7 almost local time here in the Istoro Stadium. Good result there for the 4th seed, a fairly emphatic victory for Kento Momota. 21-14, 21-9. We'll be bringing you action from the 2nd seed right at the foot of the draw, Jano Jorgensen from Denmark up against Milan LUDIK from the Czech Republic. World ranked 67th on paper, should be fairly academic, but you never know. And that's the 12th match of the day. 13th will be Ratchanok Internon, the 5th seed, against Berak from Turkey. And then following that will be Sena Newal up against Chung Nyan Yi from Hong Kong. But we're just awaiting this last of our men's singles offerings from the bottom of the draw. That's exactly where they are in the draw, against Son Wan Ho, you would imagine, the 9th seed, if he can come through against Rumbaka. They are actually, as we speak, doing battle out on court 3, locked in deep into that 3rd game right now. The Indonesian seed trailing 15-16. So the all-Indonesian battle. Now turning our attention to this one then. There's Jano Jorgensen with a grin on his face, looking confident. Against Milan LUDIK today from the Czech Republic. World ranked 67th, the man in blue. December 2014, he was ranked as low as 112th. He's very well travelled. He's only 22 years old. Resides in Denmark, does LUDIK. Compatriot, of course, to Peter Kukal. There's Jano Jorgensen, reigning European champion 2014 in Kazan, 3 times Danish national champion, currently as well in 2015.
Who wants to call, heads or tails?
And the first European man to win the Indonesian Open in 2014, Jano Jorgensen. So he loves this arena. Board officials are ready. And the players will begin their warm-up. So let's talk about this man then. Martin LUDIK, ranked 67th. Pretty good win-loss ratio by anyone's account in positive territory. That's what counts. Only 22 years old. 2015 results. Well, he's not really featured in any of the bigger tournaments, but he won the Iceland International. Came runner-up in the Iran International Challenger as well. And he's had 3 semi-finals as well. Ugandan International, Chilean International, and Lagos as well. But, and there is a big but, 10 first-round losses. He's very, very well travelled. I think he's played something like 17 tournaments, you know, in next to no time. And indeed, 4 of the last 5 tournament appearances has been first-round exits. He won against Marius Meyer in his first-round match. 21-18, 21-19 in 36 minutes. That was out on court 3 on Tuesday, yesterday. Jano Jorgensen, let's turn our attention to him. 27 years old, the great white European hope. Extremely fit man, very, very strong. Last year in Copenhagen, in this event, he lost in round 3 to Chu Tien Chen. Had to retire after 23 minutes with a hurt knee. It's always sad when you watch that. Had a win in his first round against Punsak Bonsana. Played very, very solidly. Took him out in 37 minutes. No mean feat. That was a tough first-round draw. There's our umpire presiding over this one. And the service judge, Paul Buffon. I'm alongside Steen Pedersen. Steen should be a cracking match, this one.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Trying to be positive.
I think Jan Jorgensen will come through relatively easy. At least that's what's in the cards for him if he wants to battle for the title here in Istoris. And I am, of course, very, very disappointed last year in Copenhagen. Look forward to that tournament on home ground, and I had to withdraw against a player from Chinese Taipei, but really saw that as a big, big possibility. Took him a while to fight back from that injury, but we saw that he's back in good shape here 2 months ago in the Indonesia Open, where he reached the final. There is a big difference on the tournament schedule of these two players.
Milan,
mostly playing in the Americas, Africa, and Middle East tournaments, so I expect a lopsided match.
Milan, LUDIK to serve. Love all. Play.
Spilling along with that
Service over.
powerful backhand.
Love.
The man from the Czech Republic.
And then again, we must say that we've seen some
Service over.
really good matches of the players from the lower tier tournaments here. They have really grabbed their chance of making an impact on the biggest scene here. So why not Milan LUDIK? He's ahead, 2-1.
Well, he's not shy on power overhead, that's for sure. Strapping young man, the 22-year-old from the Czech Republic. But I would imagine he doesn't quite have the fitness level, the speed and...
Service over.
Well, I think that he's actually quite fit. I just think that a lot of the up-and-coming badminton countries, they actually have singles players that in the end are not really built for singles at the highest level, because they tend to be a little bit too tall.
4,
It gives them an advantage at a younger age, where they can sort of dominate in their home country, but need to develop special skills in order to succeed at the highest level. Of course, it can be done. We've seen it with Vladimir Ivanov, versatile Russian player, and of course compatriot of Jan Jorgensen, Victor Axelsen, who's also a quite tall player.
Jan Jorgensen then with a strong start. 3 points to the good already. Just showing us what he's got overhead.
Service over. 4-6.
Incidentally, Steve, when trying to research the Czech player, I found out via Google that he shares a name with a Canadian national team pro ice hockey player from Vancouver.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get a lot of info on several of these players.
Yeah, they're not regular on the Superseries circuit. And
Yeah. Very nicely done.
exactly.
High skill level on that one.
Yeah, very often we see that the skill level is actually quite similar. It's just when the pace goes up, the speed you're able to execute your skills in is the difference between the top players and the players that are just behind them.
7-6. Service over. 7-all.
Pretty good start for Milan LUDIK.
8-7.
Well done.
He's holding his own, isn't he? He's doing very, very well, the Czech player.
Service over. 8-all.
I guess everybody, well, a lot of people around here thought that Jan Jorgensen being seeded second would just tear away with this, but not so at the moment. Czech player acquitting himself very, very well.
Service over.
So quick to pounce on that, though.
Interesting to see if we
9-8.
get that from the net camera. He does. That's a close call. But nothing from the Norwegian umpire.
10-8. Interval.
So, mid-game interval then. Jan Jorgensen, the second seed, with a 3-point advantage. But the younger of the two men, acquitting himself very, very well out here.
Around the
He's
tee,
a
please.
powerful player. No head-to-head records between these two at all. This is the 12th match of the day out here at the Istora Stadium. I must admit, coming into this, I thought it might be a bit of a sort of David and Goliath clash, but far from it. This man's a strong player, although he's ranked down at 67th.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Just over a year ago, that was the other side of 100. So he is well-travelled. He's played several of the smaller tournaments, as you alluded to, all around sort of Africa, Asia. But, you know, he's built his ranking. He's moving the right way. He's only 22 years of age. He's a player on the up. This will be, if nothing else, very good experience for this young man.
12-8.
Of course, perhaps looking to overtake the reign of Peter Kuchel when he retires as the best male Czech player. Could eventually earn him an Olympics berth, perhaps in 2020 in Tokyo.
Service over. 9-12. Service over. 13-9. Service over. 10-13.
Oh, he's found it. That's a great lift.
11-13.
Because it was a terrific return from the
Milan.
Danish player.
Milan. 12-13.
Just saw the previous match with Kento Momota, also one of the favorites in this tournament. He played very close up through the first game with his opponent, Martin Joffre from Canada.
Milan.
Then he started to pull
When you do
away.
your select, when you do your
Interesting to see if Jan Jorgensen will be able to emulate him.
Yes, I must admit, I think, you know, a lot of people around this stadium would have thought that he would have come out here and just accelerated away from the off, but it's really not been that straightforward, has it?
No.
Service over. 14-13.
Disadvantage to the more unknown players that the coaches from the big countries, they don't have a lot of video on them, so they don't really
15-13.
know exactly how they're going to play, what the strong points will be. They probably have some idea, but
Service over.
it's not
14-15.
Milan LUDIK is playing against Superseries opposition. And the thing is that players often use the first part of the first game to sort of read the game of their opponents.
Go over it.
Sorry?
It didn't go over, he was there.
But his racket was also not over. 16-14.
Well, Ludic was there just inquiring to say, did his opponent touch the net or not?
16. Seventeen, 14. Service over. 15-17.
Throughout the day, the atmosphere has been building in the stadium. More and more people spilling in. It really is carnival-like, fabulous to be involved in this.
16-17. Service over. 18-16.
Jorgensen fist pumping. He understands the significance of this first game and how he has to snatch it any which way he can. Good lead.
Service over. 17.
Any idea
18.
why this is so tight? I mean, is Ludic sort of playing exceptionally well, do you think, for a man ranked sort of just inside 70, or Jan Jorgensen underperforming?
He's playing really, really well. He's on the, so to speak, good side, playing up against the wing, can play a little bit more free shots to the base court, sorry, to the back court. But perhaps a little bit too close to my taste for Jan Jorgensen and the Danish coaches, because even though you don't want to use all your mental energy, because I don't think it's necessary, you still want to be pretty comfortable, so you don't have to sort of make any big changes in your game, and I think 17 points, that's probably a little over what I would be comfortable with. It's going to be a long tournament, or hopefully it's going to be a long tournament for the favorites here. So when you play players from the lower tier, you are perhaps 85–90% of your mental concentration. It can be dangerous if you read it wrong, because then you could actually lose all your self-confidence.
Service over.
Yeah,
Struggling too much.
Yeah, it's a very fickle thing, isn't it, Steen? Confidence. leave you in a heartbeat. The man of Jorgensen's experience.
Game.
Just one game point opportunity was all he needed,
First
and he
game
snatched it.
won by
21-18 then.
So
He'll be delighted to come through
21-18.
that close opening game, I'm sure. But the blue-shirted Czech, well, he's been impressive. And he's certainly not been intimidated out here, which is really encouraging. He played out on court 3, which is to the far right of our commentary position. There's 4 courts in action, of course, and it's the very far one when he had his win over the Norwegian Marius Meyer. Did so in straight games, only 36 minutes needed. So just a real step up here, though, onto court 1 with the TV cameras on him. But he's acquitting himself well. He's played a lot of tournaments this year, and as a consequence, he's pretty match tight. And as you say, despite the step up in quality to this real pedigree, highly decorated Dane, he's doing very well.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Jano Jorgensen then, a game to the good out here in this second round encounter.
Second game. Love all. Play.
Bidding for a place in the round of 16.
Service
Against
over.
LUDIK.
1-love.
He's been quite successful in his attacking shots, Milan LUDIK. And a little bit worrying for
love.
the rest of the tournament if Jano Jorgensen should go on to win this match. Of course, very powerful, very tall player, LUDIK.
Service over. 1-2. Service over.
I found out that LUDIK came in second in the Czech National Championships 2015, and then automatically you think, was that Peter Kugala? Kugala beat him in the final.
Service over. 2-3.
Getting his smash to the floor, followed up well as well. It was a really well-engineered point from the young Czech player.
He's been tackling the grid really well, coping really well with the conditions here, and I happened to watch his compatriot Peter Kukal's match
Service over.
yesterday, or
5,
the day before actually,
4.
and he also coped very well with the conditions here in Jakarta.
That's right, I think that was you and I's team, wasn't it? Yeah.
6-4.
Yeah, really good close, wasn't it?
I'd like to see Young make a change of pace in this game here. Pick it up a gear. Not get too used to playing too slow.
Pairing out on court 4 adjacent to this in doubles, playing against a couple of Russians. They're 19-12 up in the 3rd game, and it's absolutely riotous over there on court 4. And of course we are alongside here on court 1, the TV court. These players doing very, very well to stay focused on the job at hand.
Service over. 10-5.
At least until the service fault, that is.
There's some of the real difference between these two players.
5 interval.
The moment the pace goes up, Jorgensen takes the dominant position.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very quick, just a little bit more alert, and of course, largely due to the status of tournament that he keeps company with the world's best, so he's that much sharper.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. (11-5) play.
This is one of the situations where you, as the underdog, often feel that you have to play even better in order to be competitive, and very often results in a couple of easy mistakes. Let's see if Milan LUDIK can avoid that.
Again, just a real standout feature of his game, isn't it, Jan? He closes so fast on the net. The eye shut gesture afterwards confirmed what he thought of that. Well, no prizes for guessing that the Indonesian doubles team on the court next door have won the match. Good smash, put it down well. Especially playing sort of with the drift there from left to right. That was very accurate. Flick serve. Jorgensen wise to it though.
Service over.
He won't be doing that again too soon, you'd imagine.
A little bit more length is required in those services.
Service over, 8-14. 9-14.
Bad decision from Jorgensen there, trying to play really close to the net from a bad position, almost at the service line. It's really, really hard to get that close enough. Big chance of making a mistake.
Just missed the reflexive shot. Steen,
Service
did you
over.
catch a glimpse of who won? Did Son
15-9.
How win the 9th seed, or was it Rombaka
No,
out on court 4? I didn't see that.
Service over. 10-16.
That it was the Korean, someone who prevailed in 3 games. That means that Indonesia is definitely not going to win
Service
the
over.
medal in men's singles.
17-10.
Very good research, well done. My internet is down, but I've got it restored now. Thanks for that, Steen.
Service over. 11-17.
So Jan Jorgensen then, with a little bit more control of this second game than he had in the first. Just 4 points away from the round of 16, where he'll meet Sun Wan-Hao.
Challenge.
Jan Jorgensen challenge called in.
First challenge of the match, isn't it?
Close call, I think. I tend to go with the linesman.
Well, it was indeed out.
Yeah. Of course, we know that the drift on this court
Challenge
is a little bit
successful.
left to right. So,
Service over. 18-11.
good challenge by Jorgensen.
Oh, that was hit
Service
really
over.
hard.
12-18.
Thunderous pace on that.
Yeah.
Got his body
Very
behind it,
short
didn't he?
lift here from Jorgensen. Look at that. It's not even to the middle of the court.
Service over. 19-12.
There's no doubt that this man here is going to win this match, Jan Jorgensen, but I don't think it's been a really good match for him, because he's not going to meet someone who plays exactly like Milan LUDIK, and he hasn't really been able to sort of get a feel for the court and play the playing style that is necessary in the rest of the tournament. So it's just get it over with and come back and prepare for tomorrow. Back to the hotel.
Game.
Yeah. Comes through then. In just 27 minutes. 21-18, 21-12. A good, solid second game display. One of the rules that I think these players probably abide by is they're trying to get the second game score better than the first game score. But just psychologically, that's a kind of good rule to employ, isn't it? From coach to player, anyway. So there we go. Jan Jorgensen delighted. A little wave to the crowd. He's safely through to the round of 16. He'll be pleased with that, and definitely pleased in that it was only in straight games. A very challenging opponent, actually, for a man ranked just inside 70th in the world. The young Czech has a bright future, you'd imagine. Only 22 years old. He's got time on his side. He's a big, strapping lad. But, again, a match played in good spirits. And we will be back in a while. Just gone for 28 minutes. the 5th seed, up against a Turkish player.
Thank you.
Bayrak. Do stay with us for that. We are then just confirmation. Milan LUDIK losing out to JORGENSEN, who's through to the round of 16. Bayrak up next from Turkey against the 5th seed and champion of 2013 in this event in Guangzhou. Just awaiting our players. Last 2 matches of the day. You're in the company of Steen Pedersen and Paul Hand. Our court officials are coming onto the court, and then we await the arrival of the players. This is the section of the draw then. Top of the bottom half of the draw, that is. With Minatsu Mitani, the 13th seed, just above, you can see. So the winner of this next match will await, indeed, Lindowina Fenetri, because Mitani has been ousted by the Indonesian. So is it going to be Intanon or Bayrak that go through? And most would imagine the 5th seed fairly comfortably because of the disparity in rankings. Here come the players now. Bayrak leading the way. The Turkish lady currently ranked 57th in the world off of her career high. She's only 23 years old. She beat Lydia Chia from Malaysia in her first round match on Monday. 25-23, 21-13 in 34 minutes. That was out on court 2. But a gulf in experience, shall we say. Ratchanok Intanon, well, she lost in the 3rd round in this event last year, but this year she's had 2 wins already. The Asian Championships, no less, from Wuhan, and the Indonesian Open as well, an arena that she loves to play in. This one won the Super Series premiere here earlier this year. I think it was back in June. Runner-up as well in the Indian Open. So 2 tournament wins for the 5th seed in orange. Let's turn our attention to this young lady. So at the end of 2014, she came twice runner-up in the Turkey International, as she did in the Lagos International as well. Quarter-finalist at White Knights in St. Petersburg, and 5 first-round losses. She's been a bronze medalist in the women's singles event at 2014 European Champs in Kazan.